Hey everybody, and welcome to Let's Look at La Mulana. This is kind of a unique indie game in the sense that it is not actually on Steam, and this is actually a remake of a game that used to be freeware a little while ago. I'm not actually sure if the freeware version is still available. This is the newly remade, repackaged premium model, currently selling for $15 on the developer's website, and I'll put that in the video description because I've actually forgotten it off the top of my head. But this is basically like a 2D side-scrolling game. Takes place in like an old temple or some old ruins that are very, very sprawling, and it draws comparisons. I'm sure a lot of people have actually played this, and I apologize if I'm doing a bad job of describing the game, but it plays like a little bit of a cross between like a Castlevania and almost like a Dark Souls in the sense that it is A, extraordinarily difficult, and B, there's a lot of like connected areas that you can go to basically from the start of the game. Like there's no linear path that you are required to take. I guess you could also call it like a Metroidvania in that same sense. So what we're going to do here is, I guess the first thing we'll do is we'll just start up a game, and I'll show you how things go at the very beginning here. I put about 2 hours into La Mulana so far, which is not a lot. I've heard that the first run-through can take you about 20 hours, but I've got a good enough feel for the game that I think I can describe it. So we basically start, we're playing as Mr. Mulana here. I actually don't know his name, so I'm just going to call him Mr. Mulana. He's the explorer. He's Spelunky. And at our disposal right now, we just have this whip. So we're not going to whip these native children frolicking about. Instead, we can whip this pot. And in this pot, we can find some money. Money, of course, goes into our top right there that you can see. We currently have 10 coins and 0 cylinders. Cylinders are weights. Oh, here we are. We're Professor Lameza. And this dude is basically going to set up the quest for us. So the ruins can be reached down by the outskirts of the village. Your father went in there to do his research, but he ain't been back for some days now. Sometimes the translation is a little bit weird in this game, but it's admirable, I think. Okay, so the origin of life itself may be hiding inside the ruins. We don't really know what the secrets for La Mulana are. Blah, 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 blah. And one thing he does do is actually give us a program for our laptop. We carry around this laptop all game. We can pick up like ROMs for it in various applications. But one thing that this guy gives us is an email application called Zelpud Mailer, as you can see right there. I'm just going to skip by the rest of his text now, so we will leave. So yes, he gives us Zelpud Mailer, and then sends us emails throughout the game. So if I go down, or using my analog stick here, I can check this out. And you can see that he'll send us emails as we move along here. But anyway, we've got a save point here. I'm going to play like... Oh, I thought I was all out of save files there. I'm going to play a little bit of what is basically like the opening section of this game, and then we'll check out some of these levels. Like, it might look like I have very limited playtime here. That's just because I've died so goddamn often on this game. It is actually, like, extraordinarily difficult. And one thing I'll do before we move on here, just to set the save file up for a future thing, go into the shop, we'll purchase this item called the hand scanner here. What this will do is actually scan items that we can have in our inventory. I should point out that I am using the Xbox 360 controller here. It has native support for it, but you can also use the PC, keyboard as well. So you can very quickly get kind of a Castlevania feel for things here. I've really enjoyed this music, I gotta say. And I think graphically, like I said, I never played the original freeware version of La Mulana. I know, but it was one of those indie games that was like... Oh, shit. That was kind of like Cave Story era, and it was one of those games like before, almost like Indie Games Mark 1, and this is not really the best way to describe it. Inevitably this will end up offending people because obviously indie games existed before the mid-2000s, but it was one of those games kind of like this and like IGI, or IJI, I think it's called EG, which I actually did play a little bit of, and Cave Story, that were like those freeware indie games where if you're playing indie games on the PC, you are either playing La Mulana, EG, or you are, playing Cave Story. So I think it took a while for this freeware, this premium version to finally come out. It's finally here. Probably the worst possible time you could have imagined. It's coming out right in the middle of the Steam sale, so it probably won't garner that much attention, but it's a very, very good game in the time that I've spent with it so far. So I'm just introducing some basic mechanics here. We can use the down button, or I guess, hit down on the analog stick to put weights on switches, and then this will open chests for us. Inside these chests we will find shell horn. This will make a sound when we finish puzzles. And now we are basically ready. Like, this is the introduction. It's all you need so far. You use your whip to kill enemies, you jump on things, try not to fall into traps, and try to discover as much treasure as possible, because that will help you as you move along. I'm absolutely gonna get fucking shellacked here. Maybe oh! Ninja Gaiden birds! Let's kill this thing, and then we'll load into, a slightly later save. I was actually going to use my hand scanner to look at that sign back there, but that's okay. Let's go back to the main menu here. I think we do that by going to, like, config, reset. Yeah, it's very much set up like an old Super Nintendo or, like, NES or MSX game here. I think they're really going for the MSX style. But I was going to say, I didn't play this game at all when it was a freeware version, but graphically this seems like a big update. So let's take ourselves to the Gate of Guidance. This is like the first area that we go to in the game. And this is where like the Castlevania, Metroid style start to come in to a much greater degree here, I would say. So you can see, we can go to the right here, and this will continue us on in the Gate of Guidance, but we can also head downwards. And if we head downwards, there's like a whole new area here for us to open up. And I'm just going to continue right on the Gate of Guidance. But suffice it to say, this is just here for me to show you the branching paths of the game. But I guess it's not really branching paths, but it is like non-linearity. Now, I should point out that La Mulana is not just an action game. It is also a game that consists of a ton of puzzles. Or so I hear. I've never actually managed to solve any of these puzzles myself, or at least many of the ones that are nondescript. Like on this one, there's this chest down here. And I'm sure people that played this game religiously are now just face-palming hard. But I can't figure out, it's got to have something to do with this like seal up here. But I don't really know what to do there. But there is one puzzle that I figured out in here. And, you know, like Dark Souls, the game encourages a lot of experimentation. I think you're wise to like not look through a walkthrough, but I've only spent, like I said, about 2 hours through the game so far. And I've died continuously, but I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm the kind of player that likes a game where you die continuously. I think if you are more... If you want a game that's going to hold your hand, La Mulana is not going to be that game. For example, here's something I discovered while trying to make this jump. I actually made it effectively there. So we'll pick up some extra money here, but I missed a couple times, and then, oh, turns out those spikes aren't even real. And then if you place a weight on this switch right here, that causes that thing to disappear. If you actually struck that thing with your whip, that eye that you see in the middle of the screen would hit you here, and it would do a ton of damage. So now we have shurikens. We don't have any ammo for our shurikens, I think. Let me see if I have to equip them. I can't remember. Oh, you do, okay. I do have ammo for my shurikens, okay, so by using B I can throw my shurikens. And if I say shurikens one more... if I say shurikens one more time, Northernlion drinking game, I think, is in effect. But suffice it to say, you know, like the Dark Souls comparison, the Metroid comparison, Castlevania comparisons, those are all very easy to see. The Dark Souls one maybe a little bit less so, but that's, you know, due to a few things. Like, there's the non-linearity, there's the fact that there is... you know, set enemy positions, and the fact that it is just extremely fucking difficult. So now, you can see another path. Like, the Gate of Guidance seems to kind of serve as a hub world. So this takes us to the Spring in the Sky, which I've spent a little bit of time in. But to be honest, outside of the Gate of Guidance, I haven't gotten too goddamn far in this game. Let's see what emails that dude is sending to us. The water may look pure, but it's poisonous. If you're in the water, it will slowly drain your health. However, there are places that purposely have water, so you can't pass if you don't have enough health. So think if it will be possible to get across. Oh, man. That platform could not possibly have come out at a worse time. So as far as I can make it out so far, the game encourages a lot of, you know, not only exploration, but also a lot of, like, backtracking and making sure that you're checking out every single possible area that you can. So I'm going to hopefully not get hit by the platform again. And we will take this up a little bit and try to get to some more stuff up here. I'll show you how that hand reader, or hand scanner works as well, because that is the item that was universally recommended as the first item to pick up, and I think that's actually the reason they give you that pot at the start of the game with the 10 shekels or whatever it has in it. Oh man, that was not good, but I should still land on this, yes. Yeah, so you can buy the hand scanner, and when I use that on things like that cross over there, it'll be like, oh, that's a Celtic cross. It's representative of Celtic mythology. One thing I should point out for the jumping is like, I guess a lot of Castlevania games, in the sense that you cannot change your direction too much after you jump. Like, you're pretty much set in motion. It's not like a Mario where you have fluid control in the air. I've never actually been through this door, so I don't know what this is. Some kind of shop? We don't know what this is, actually. Let's try it again. Maybe I can whip him or something. Nope, can't do anything. So I have absolutely no idea what's going on with that. We're going to try to take our path upwards here and not get hit by these bats, which will knock us all the way down. As far as I can tell, there's no fall damage. But I could be wrong. And I have no idea how to get up here, but these pigs are exploding, and they're trying to take me with them. But we can probably scan something here. This is the aqueduct that Miguel made, but it looks like it's not working anymore. Oh, so maybe if we solve this puzzle, we'll get rid of the water, which would actually allow us to traverse like 90% of the stuff that I've come across that I couldn't so far. So that was a pro jump, if I do say so myself. Not sure if we can do anything with the seal over here. I've never been able to. We can scan it, maybe. No, we cannot actually scan it. Can we throw a shuriken at it? Take a drink? Nope. Alright, so we'll just make this jump. I assume that's going to land me more or less on the platform here. Like I said, I don't think there's any fall damage. Now I gotta worry about these assholes, though. Turns out, I just should have waited. I have no idea how to get to that. we'll just fall down here and let this bat go. Spend a little bit of time in the spring in the sky, but then I'll show you some of the other areas, because there's like a vast difference. Like, this would be like our water level, or like our... I don't really want to call it a water level, because that's not totally fair, even though water plays a big part in it. Oh, right, I forgot that there was something else that we can get here, too. There's another puzzle I discovered by accident. If we put our weight on a switch here. And weights are very common. I mean, they have to be nearly ubiquitous, because you use them for basically every puzzle that you do. I thought I was going to get hit by that bat, for sure. So we got the caltrops. To be honest with you, I have no idea what caltrops do. I've been using the shurikens, mostly. You can see there's another eye on here. If we had hit the eye in the top left, or if we had hit that structure before we made it disappear, that eye in the top left would have shot us and done like 20 damage. Obviously, that is our health in the top left there. And I'm not sure what the blue bar under our health is. We got some caltrops, apparently. I think, like, sometimes you'll see enemies drop green balls. This actually isn't health, but I think it contributes to getting our health up a little bit later. So we'll pick up some money here. Again, I have no idea what this thing is. What about this gravestone? It says nothing. That was me using the hand scanner there. So like I said, there's a pretty substantial... That sucked. Let's put a weight down here. I forget what this does. Oh, it causes this chest to open up. I think this gives us the map. There's a pretty substantial learning curve going on, but it's one of those games where if you've played... You know, I hate to bring it up again. We're just going to head back in the other direction, actually. But if you've played, like, retro Castlevanias... Let's see if this fills up that blue meter a little bit. Hard to tell. If you played retro Castlevanias or anything along those lines... You will probably find yourself right at home here fairly early on. It's not that the learning curve is necessarily high, like the fundamentals are easy. I'm actually going to jump in this water. I think this takes us to a save point. It does. So let's get out of here. The water is weighing me down. Apparently I have to get some sort of helmet item, and that will help me out here. So let's make another save file here. I'm definitely abusing the fact that there's a lot of save files in the game, but I actually enjoy that. And we can always reload a different save later and check out some of the other level types. But the intricacies of the game take a while to get to know. Like, I'm sure if you've done this 1,000 times, it seems very easy. But I've really struggled trying to solve some of these puzzles. But I am enjoying my time with this game so far immensely. I just can't stress enough how terrible I think the timing is that it's coming out, like, right now. Also, I have no idea what this thing, if I bring my mouse over, this thing on the right side here is. But obviously that is a puzzle element that I'm trying to figure out. I've been stuck at the spring in the sky for most of my time, actually. I need to get a glyph reader as well. That's an item that we can pick up. I think it costs 100 gold, and it will allow us to read those tombstones, which I'm sure will give us help in the same way, maybe, that, like, reading messages in Dark Souls gives us help. So, there's a switch down here. I'm gonna... Oh, no. Okay, well, it's a long fall, but it doesn't hurt. I'm gonna get back on there, I'm gonna hit that switch. I think that opens the treasure chest, or it causes that weird... like glowing beam to disappear, which actually allows us to basically open up a shortcut from the start of the Spirit of the Sky. We can kill this anglerfish as well, and he will drop something. Good, it causes that to disappear. That's okay. Yeah, we can kill that anglerfish as well, and I think we get something for that, but I've never done it because it requires us to stand in the water for a long time, and it's basically a death sentence. The fact that you have not seen me die yet is crazy. Like, I die constantly in this game. I'm actually going to try something a little unusual here. Please move, fish. Thank you. Ah, he still got me. Whatever, we'll just head down this way. I die constantly in this game. Now, I've gotten to this room a lot, and I have no idea what to do. I'm just basically getting myself killed here. I've tried, like, what I consider to be everything. Like whipping this thing. Wait, that actually works? Maybe I haven't tried whipping that thing. Does that allow us to maybe push this chain out of the way now? You can do it, buddy. He can't do it. Okay, well, I've never done that before. That's progress, I guess. Shurikens aren't doing anything. Take a drink. Can we just go down here and whip this? If I die, I die. I'm sure if I had Glyph Reader, this thing would tell me something useful. Instead, it just says, herp da derp da derp da derp. So let's come down here and try to whip this out of the way, maybe. As you can see, I'm losing a ton of health. That's not working. And we are going to die underwater here. There we go. That is a sound that I've heard an awful lot as I've played La Mulana. So we'll head back to the title screen. Let's load in, I didn't save over my Gate of Guidance here, so we'll go back to the Gate of Guidance, and I'll show you the other path that we can take. So I've been using this Gate of Guidance save more than anything else. because I'm not sure which area I should be going to next. There's actually 2 areas that come off of this section of the Gate of Guidance. So, you know, we come across some more difficult enemies here. I think it's when you create enough, or when you amass enough green orbs, you refill a little bit of your health, or possibly full health. So if we put a switch down here, or break this switch, then that Olmec head will die. And we'll come down here and just try to make our way. Sometimes, the thing that takes a little bit of getting used to with La Mulana is that these pits aren't necessarily a bad thing. Like, I know it looks like if I fall down there I'll die, because it's a 2D side-scroller with a huge pit. However, that is not necessarily the case. If I fall down there, it'll probably just set me up to a new area. I'm not sure if I've ever died by falling down a pit in this game yet. Died from falling on spikes a lot. That is almost unavoidable. And I keep thinking I'm playing Spelunky. I'm just like, we'll just toss a rope up here and then I'll touch that switch. So we'll put switch down here. This will open up this chest. I forget what this gives us. It might just be another map. And I'm kind of ashamed to admit this, but I actually don't know where to find our maps. Maybe it's in the software? Nope. Not in our email, and it's not in our configuration, so I actually don't know how to find the maps. It's really disheartening the more... Oh, we got a new email here. Maybe not. It's really disheartening, like, the more you play this, to be like, oh, I only have technically 8 minutes of game time because I die so often. That's what I was worried, like, before making this video. I'm like, people are going to think I'm going into La Mulana having not played it at all, because all of my saves say, like, 8 minutes, 3 minutes. When the reality is, I played this game, you know, for the better part of one of my evenings after I got it. But, however, I'm just not making very much progress in it because it's very difficult. It's like Dark Souls, you know? When you first get started in Dark Souls... Oh, shit. I didn't know that was going to happen. When you first get started in Dark Souls... You're probably gonna, after you beat the tutorial, spend like 10 minutes figuring out... Not 10 minutes, maybe a couple hours. Figuring out where the hell you're supposed to go. Are you supposed to fight the skeletons in the catacombs? Are you... How do I get down there? You guys are playing a trick on me. Like, am I supposed to fight the skeletons in the catacombs? Am I supposed to move up here to Undeadburg? Like, there's a... Oh, shit. What did I hit there? Okay, don't hit the tree trunk in the center. It makes the god angry. You can't get down through there, so we gotta go down this way, I suppose. And this will access a new area for us. I think this is the Temple of the Sun, which is another area I've been to before. Blow open these pots. Be very careful here. I thought maybe we'd get some treasure from that. And again, I'm also thinking of Fez. Like, I don't know what these wall markings mean. If anything, they might just be decorative. Who knows? So we're just going to come down into what I assume is the Temple of the Sun here. Yes. And I've Oh, I don't want to go back up yet. I've previously gone to the right down there. Let's try going to the left and seeing what the heck happens. This is a game all about exploration, trial and error, and I really like that. Like, those kind of games are my style. So we gotta watch out here. There's no turning back now. We're just gonna continuously fall. Oh, man. Okay, well, that was a long trip. What does our email say here? Trick to the Temple of the Sun. There's a trolley hanging at the top, and I think you gotta cut it down, but I don't know any of the details. Thanks a lot, dude who knows way too much. So we can't get up here. I think the only way we can go is this way. So there's a door. I think the door only opens one way. That's what that sign is trying to tell me. But like I said, this is my first time going to the right side, so I'm going to try to make this work. Really need to get that glyph reader. I'm not sure where you buy it, though. I'll look out for shops as we're down here. And around here. They certainly make it... If you heard that sound, that is actually the shell horn making that sound. Oh man, I think I've trapped myself in some kind of puzzle prison now. As you saw, maybe we just gotta be faster than I was there. It seemed like that door closed very quickly. Maybe we can... Oh, there we go. So we've set something in motion. I don't know what it does, but... It falls down here and maybe opens up that door for us? I don't know. We'll see. I want to check back up here because I think what they want me to do is come back up and maybe go to the right this time. Or maybe not, because it seems like nothing has changed. You know, you guys have seen me do puzzles before. It's occasionally like pulling teeth. Occasionally. Oh, I turned on that lamp down there. Okay. Can we open this door? Does that arrow not mean that it's only openable in one direction? If that's the case... And I would love to. Nope. Can't be opened. We can kill that skeleton, though. And we've turned on the lamp. I don't know what it does. Let's spend like another minute or so fumbling around here. There have been times when sometimes I thought like the background, or the foreground was actually the background. So, which is, there have been times when I thought the background was actually the foreground. So I thought that I was barred from moving forward, but it wasn't actually the case. Ah, there we go. There's just a switch I had to step on. Which did something. Okay, now we'll check again down here to see if maybe that switched the direction of the door. I don't know, man. There's a bat down here now. Has he always been there? Perhaps there's... Can I get the skeleton to open the door for me? Hello? I'm very confused about the way this is going. I've stepped on some stuff. If I have to use a weight, I will. I've still got 2 remaining. If not, we'll just reload a different part, because I don't want to be stuck on this puzzle for 10 years. Seriously confused, though. Is there maybe... Well, I'm collecting more money. Other than that, though, pretty confused about what the heck's supposed to be going on here. So we'll go back to the title screen here using our configuration screen. Reset. I've been doing this a lot, too. I haven't talked too much about my overall impressions of La Mulana, but suffice to say, I'm having a really good time with it so far. Again, I have to point out, let's go to Mausoleum of the Giants this time. This is another new area I've just discovered. I literally spent like no time in here apart from getting to the save point so that I could show it off in the video. And really the reason I want to show off in the video is to show that there's like all these different like varied possible environment types. I really need to figure out how to use those maps so that I can actually see where... Oh, goddamn silkworms! So I can see where the hell I'm going. Because right now, I'm spending a lot of time just being very confused and like, I don't understand. Apparently there's bosses, I've never fought one. But anyway, we are running pretty low on health here. But yeah, my overall impressions of La Mulana, very positive. Oh shit. Oh god. Very impressive so far. Very difficult. If you're the sort of person who's into games like that, I think you'll find a lot to like with La Mulana for sure. If you oh, I got so lucky to land on that. What do you got for me now, email man? Switches in the ruins will activate puzzles when stepped on. If you see a section of the floor that's kind of raised up, it's a switch. How am I getting such good email reception down here? Like the Wi-Fi must be crazy good inside of La Mulana. So this is probably a switch right here. Nope. It seemed like a section of the floor that was kind of raised up, but I guess I was mistaken. So we'll definitely watch out for that angry fist there. And the ghost. Feel like we're playing Spelunky again. My guess is that the ghosts are probably unkillable, so I'll just move along here. Kinda worried about that fist. Kinda worried about that ghost. Okay, fist, move out of the way. Pot has nothing in it, fantastic. These dudes are annoying as hell. They carry shields, so you can't hit them from the front. You can only hit them from the back or when they turn around. At least that is my impressions of it so far. Oh, we got another new area down there. Oh god, I fell too far. Okay, how are we gonna get around this goddamn ghost? I guess the easy answer is... Well, let's crack open this pot first, you never know. A little extra money. Let's make a long jump here. And then try to go through this ladder. Yeah, okay. So we've reached yet another new area. Maybe I can get a save point in here, who knows. Twin labyrinths. Alright, anytime you are in a dungeon crawler or a game like this and you come across something that looks like the future, you made a wrong turn somewhere. I think I got hit by lava there? It might have been the skeleton, but it felt like lava. Just kill this dry bones over here. Pick up a weight. I don't want to mess with that lava crocodile either. And we got another new area down here. I'm just discovering all sorts of crap. Well, we've got some doors that we can go into. Vaguely sexual H.R. Geiger looking doors. What do you got for me here? Is that a helmet? Oh, man. Yes, I will purchase it. This is where we buy the helmet. The helmet allows us to traverse waterfalls without problems. So now if we can actually just find our way back up to the Gate of Guidance, we can get to the Spirit of Spring in the Sky. That's not Spirit in the Sky. I always make that mistake. Thought that was another door here. Let's check out what we got over here. Oh, I can't go through there. Yeah, if I can just get up to the Gate of Guidance, we can get back. I've only got 2 health left, which is not good. We can get back to the Spring in the Sky. And that's where I went down for the first time? No way. Oh no, this is a new spot. This is a new spot. Okay, climb up. Yeah, we can go back to the Spring in the Sky, and then waterfalls won't pose a problem anymore. However, I mean, progress does not save. Oh shit, I might get hit there. And when I say progress does not save, Angry Walrus, man, please don't touch me. I don't want to hit that gem. If I hit that gem, 100% guarantee that the eye will hit me. It's just too tempting. We have another new area here. No. Oh, God. I almost got hit by that slug. Ooh, this is a little scary. This is actually very, very scary. How am I going to do this? I want to get up to that door. It may not actually be a door, as we've seen many times before. Not trying to rhyme. Okay, wait for this. Okay, there's one thing dead. Can I actually kill these maggot-type creatures here? Whoa. Whoa, okay. It is actually angry blood. More dudes coming down the ladders at all times. This is frightening for me. Let's get this pot and see if we can go in that door. This is as close to a blind Let's Play of Dark Souls as you were going to get from me. All of this shit is scary and new and annoying and potentially deadly. We can make a run for this ladder now, though. No! I almost botched that really hard. Ah, he got me. Okay. Let's do one more set. Let's start over at the Tomb of the Giants. What is it called? Temple of the Sun? Yes. We'll start at the Temple of the Sun. This is another save I have just here. Where we're on the other side, and I'll show you how dickish this area can get, because it's annoying as hell. I think I got trapped in here once. Oh, right. All we have to do is push this Anubis statue over here. Many games I'm playing right now share similar themes. You know, Egypt plays a role in each of them, or Egyptian mythology anyway, or Egyptian religion, I guess, depending on your perspective. Can we make this jump? This is actually the first time I've made that, I think, and we got absolutely nothing out of it. Unless we can make this jump again. No, not even close. And I am now trapped in the same labyrinth I've spent an awful lot of time with. What do you got for me here, email man? There's some areas of rooms you can't get into. Brute force ain't the way, but if you keep on collecting treasure and solving puzzles, eventually you'll make it there. Like I said, in case you missed me saying it the first time, I would like to stress again that from what I hear, La Mulana on your first playthrough can take you up to 20 hours, and that's definitely, you know, the experience that I've had so far. Game seems pretty freaking long. I mean, it's that kind of length. I'm not going to say artificial length, but it's the same kind of length in a game like Dark Souls, or I guess really any game that is really difficult. You spend a lot of that time doing like trial and error type stuff. Like if you know what you're doing in Dark Souls, you can beat that game in like 6-7 hours. Less. I've seen a guy actually beat it in half an hour. I mean, it was using a glitch, but still very impressive. Let's go down to the right here. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, like Dark Souls in your first playthrough is going to... Don't shoot it. It's going to take you like 40 hours as well. Oh, man. For most people, anyway. So yeah, it's not necessarily... Like, I've heard speedruns in this game can take like 6 to 7 hours. How the hell do we get out of this room? You know, it's like Spelunky in the sense that if I just come down here, I can walk around the spikes, but I can't jump on the spikes. Oh, don't do that. Well, you know what? Very quickly, let's do one more run somewhere. I don't know. Let's load into... let's go back to the Mausoleum of Giants. I think I could have gone in the other direction here and discovered some cool stuff. So I like the music in the Mausoleum of the Giants as well. So I have absolutely no idea where the heck I'm supposed to be going, or if there is, you know, such a thing as supposed to be going somewhere in the Mausoleum of the Giants. Land on the... Yes. Wake up, and then... Oh, yeah, fall down directly on the spikes and lose almost all of your health. Let's just try to descend here, see what happens when we go down. Seems like we've reached a dead end. Well, maybe not a dead end, because there's a ton of ghosts. Seems like this contraption need to land on the floating platform with a lot of power. It won't budge if you don't jump from high enough. What platform? I guess he's talking about those two in the middle. So let's try that out. Is that a good jump? Okay, so we've started this thing rotating a little bit. Do we know how to solve the puzzle in this room? Oh, you can indeed dissipate the ghosts. Okay. So this is some sort of puzzle. I will save you the agony of watching me try to solve the riddle of the Sphinx here, but suffice it to say, I'm just happy I discovered the puzzle mechanic. Thanks, hand scanner. Maybe we've just got to rotate it 3 times. I should have just done it 3 times the other way, but... You know, 3 times is a pretty standard puzzle mechanic. Is there a marking? It might be the glyph reader that would help me out down here, but I'm just going to look and see if maybe there's a clue somewhere. I don't know. We're still alive. Don't punch me, Atomic Fist of the Gods. I do not appreciate that at all. So let's come up here. So let's talk about La Mulana as a product. Is this something you should pay $15 for? Interesting question. If you love the freeware version, probably. And again, I'd like to point out, I'm just not sure if the freeware version still exists. If it does, maybe you should try that out as a demo to this version. But yeah, if you love the freeware version, you wanted maybe like updated graphics. I'm not sure what else has been changed. I mean, I'm getting my $15 worth. At least it seems to me so far. Especially if I spend more time with it. If it takes 20 hours to finish, I will definitely get my $15 worth. It's another new area. Crazy. Endless corridor. This sounds awesome. These bats scare the shit out of me. If you're not into games that are exceptionally difficult, and I know there's people who are going to shit-talk me for saying this game is exceptionally difficult. It's real hard, yo! But if you're not into games like that, you're not going to get your money's worth with La Mulana at all. If you're into side-scrollers, old Castlevania games, definitely, I think you can find an easy way to justify your purchase here. The only thing that's shitty is the timing. Like, the fact that it's coming out for $15, which is pretty expensive for a game like this. And not only is it pretty expensive for a game like this, but it's coming out at a time, the summer sale, when games like this are going for like $1.75. Well, maybe like $5 on Steam. $1.75 for a game like this would be a little bit ridiculous. But certainly, like, if you're willing to... Oh, just get to the save point. If you're willing to overlook the fact that it is probably a little bit overpriced, like, this would be a much more attractive purchase at $5 or $10. Yeah, let's save another one here. I got saves everywhere now. Yeah, if you're willing to overlook that, then I think you could have a good time with La Mulana. But for now, I'm just going to end it here. I have absolutely no idea where to go with this game, but I am enjoying all the exploration that I've done so far. It's easy to compare this to a game like Spelunky, which just came out. Used to have a freeware version, now it's $15 on Xbox Live Arcade. I think the new version of Spelunky is more polished. It kind of looks more... I know, I prefer it from a graphical standpoint. Not that La Mulana is bad graphically. And there's multiplayer modes as well, whereas this one just kind of seems to be like a... I don't want to say it's just a graphical reboot because I'm not that familiar with the freeware version, but it doesn't seem like there's much outside of that single-player mode. But anyway, I still think it's worth it if you got the money to spare and you're into, you know, Metroidvania-type games like this and you can handle a good challenge. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.